Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the last part of our lesson, that is combustion and flame. In the last class we have studied about the flame. We have seen the structure of flame. In a flame we were having three zones. That was which were the three zones for us in a flame? We were having three zones of a flame. What are the three zones of a flame for us? The three zones of a flame were out luminous zone, non-luminous zone, dark zone and blue zone. So the non-luminous zone was a hottest zone for us, and a blue zone was a very near the flame where the wax will get vaporized or oxidized. There we will be getting a complete combustion, and near the dark zone there will be no heat produced. Clear? Now we are coming to the next part of, that is the lesson called as next part called as fuel. We will be recalling the source of heat and heat energy for domestic and industrial purposes are mainly wood, charcoal, petrol, kerosene, etc. These substances are called as fuel. What is fuel for us? Fuel is a material used to make fire. Fuel is a material to make fire. Combustion without fuel is not possible for us. Combustion without fuel is not possible, and fuel is a substance which on burning produces heat and light. What is it? Fuel is a substance which on burning produces heat and light, and without fuel there will be no combustion for us. A good fuel is the one which will be easily available for us. These are the characteristics of good fuel for us. Fuel should be easily available for us. It should be cheap. It should burn easily. It should burn easily in the air at moderate rate. It has to produce a large amount of heat. It does not leave any residue behind or any undesirable substance, then we call it as a good fuel. But there is no such fuel which will be calling it as an ideal fuel for us, for an requirement. Fuel differs in their cost. Some fuels are cheaper than the other. Like example, if you are talking about wood, cow dung cake, these are also fuel, but they will be at a very cheaper rate we will be getting it. But when we are coming to LPG, CNG, they are costly. Kerosene, it is a cheaper fuel for us. So we make use of different kinds of fuels in our day-to-day life. Like in kitchen we use cooking gas. Some people use kerosene in the stove. Some uses coal. Some even use wood, cow dung cakes. Even in the villages now there is an easy access to wood and cow dung cake. They don't have to pay any money, so they will be using this cow dung cake and wood only. Petrol and diesel are used in vehicles. We may group these fuels on the basis of their physical state at room temperature. Means we can classify the fuel into three types based upon their physical state at room temperature, such as you can see, take your textbook, page number 72, table number 6.3, that is types of fuel. So you have to make a list of the fuel familiar to the groups. Name them as solid, liquid and gaseous fuel. So I will be giving some examples. You can write it down and you can complete your table number 6.3, that is types of fuel, which is solid, liquid and gases at room temperature. In which state these fuels will be present, we will be categorizing them as solid, liquid and gas. Like solid fuel. Solid fuel we will be having cow dung cakes, firewood is there, agricultural waste is there, charcoal is there, coal is there, coke is there, paraffin wax is there, so camphor is there. These all are the examples of solid fuel, because when these will be burned, they will be producing heat as well as light for us. Then when we are coming to the second one as liquid fuel, we will be having kerosene oil is there for us, petrol is there, diesel is there, vegetable oil is there. So these all are, spirit is there, liquefied hydrogen will be there for us. These all are called as liquid fuels, because at room temperature they will be in liquid state. Coming to gaseous fuels are LPG, that is liquid petroleum gas, though we are calling it as liquid petroleum gas, but when they will be filling it in the tank, they will be filling them at very high pressure, so this liquid will be get converted into gas. Then we are having CNG, that is compressed natural gas, and in which we will be having methane will be the main thing to be used, main product to be used in this one. Then we are having biogas, which you will be studying it in your higher classes, how biogas will be prepared, and these all are called as the gaseous fuel. So these are the three types of fuels, that is solid fuel, liquid fuel and gaseous fuel. Wood, coal, charcoal is a solid fuel. Kerosene, petrol, diesel are liquid fuels. Gaseous fuels are CNG, LPG, biogas and hydrogen. Hydrogen is to be considered as a best fuel, because it will be having, when we are coming to study about the calorific value of these fuels, in this one hydrogen is at the highest rate. Come to your before we could proceed for this one, these are the main characteristics of good fuel. You can write it down this in your notebook, because this is required for you for your higher classes also. The main characteristics of a good fuel is, it is to be readily available, it should be cheap, easy to transport, burn at moderate rate, produced a large amount of heat, does not leave behind any undesirable substance, does not cause pollution. So these characteristics if a fuel has, then we consider it as a good fuel. When we are coming to hydrogen as a fuel, it is not readily available for us, it is not cheap, it is not easy to transport for us, it can burn at moderate rate for us, it produces large amount of heat for us, it will not be leaving any undesirable substance, because it will be leaving only water behind when it is being burned. No undesirable substance will be there, it will not be polluting the environment also. So this is how we will be considering hydrogen as a good fuel. Then, like if I want to give an example for you, like I want you to boil a glass of water or 1 liter of water, and I have given you cow dung cake, coal and LPG as a fuel. Means 3 items I had given you coal, I have given cow dung, I had given you LPG as a fuel. So which would you prefer to use? You will use cow dung to boil the water, or you will use coal to boil the water, or you will use LPG to boil the water, and it should be at faster rate. So now what happens? You will be choosing it as cow dung? No. Coal? No. You will be choosing LPG, because the reason behind this is, when this out of these 3, the LPG will be burning it is going to produce large amount of heat. So the amount of heat energy produced on complete combustion of 1 kg of fuel is called as its calorific value. Calorific value of a fuel is, if we are burning the heat produced when 1 kg of fuel is burned, that we call it as the calorific value of this fuel, and it will be expressed in the unit as kilojoule per kg. It is expressed in the unit called as kilojoule per kg. Now come to your textbook page number 73. Table number 6.4, there is a chart of calorific value of different fuels. Like cow dung cake, it is given as if 1 kg of this is burned, it is going to give only 6,000 to 8,000 of heat for us per kg. Wood 17 to 22, coal 25,000 to 33,000, kerosene 45, petrol 45, diesel 45, methane 50,000, CNG 50,000, LPG 55, biogas 35 to 40,000, hydrogen it is going to give more than 1,50,000. So hydrogen is having more. Clear? So hydrogen has the highest calorific value among all the fuel for us. Clear? Understood about this one? This is how we will be able to get the calorific value of the fuel. So hydrogen is considered as a best fuel for us. Now when we have started the lesson, we have seen about the combustion, we have discussed about the flame, then now we have seen about the efficiency of this fuel. Now we have to see whether when we are burning these all materials and getting heat and light, whether it is useful for us, is it environmental friendly for us, or burning of these fuels will be leading to some environmental problem for us. So what are these environmental problems we will be getting it? Harmful effects on the environment due to burning this fuel. So what happens, like fuel like coal, wood, petroleum releases unburned carbon particles. These causes respiratory diseases like asthma. Means when we are burning carbon fuels are wood, coal, petroleum. So when these will be some unburned particles will be remained in this one, and these unburned particles are very dangerous pollutant causing respiratory diseases for us. Then incomplete combustion of fuel releases carbon. Means incomplete combustion of fuel releases carbon monoxide gas, which is very poisonous gas which can even cause death. Means like if carbon monoxide is being produced, it is very dangerous because this will kill the person if it is sleeping in a room. So carbon monoxide is more dangerous than carbon dioxide for us. Carbon monoxide is more dangerous than carbon dioxide. Carbon monoxide is more dangerous than carbon dioxide for us. Then we are having the third one is burning of most fuel releases carbon dioxide gas, which causes rise in temperature of the atmosphere. This is called as global warming. Means combustion of most of the fuel will be releasing carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide will be increasing the concentration of carbon dioxide in the air, and it will be going for global warming. Global warming, everyone knows, global warming is the rise in temperature of the atmosphere of the earth. These results among the things like melting of polar glaciers, which leads to rise in the sea level causing floods in the coastal areas. Low-lying coastal areas may even permanently get submerged under water because if we are not stopping this global warming. Then burning of coal and petroleum releases oxides of sulfur, nitrogen, which dissolve in the rainwater and form acid rain. It is harmful for crops, soil, as well as damages the building. This everyone knows about, that when this will be releasing it, that sulfur, oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, when they mix in water, it will become sulfuric acid and nitric acid, and this sulfuric acid and nitric acid is very harmful for crops, building, soil, as well as for us, which we have seen in class 7 about us. So the uses of diesel, petrol fuels in automobiles is being replaced by CNG. So to avoid this one, what can we do? What are the things which we can do to avoid this global warming? Even if we are talking about wood, for centuries we are using wood as a domestic fuel. So this is also leading to deforestation for us. So because of CNG produces the harmful products in a very small amount, CNG will be considered as a clean fuel. So instead of using petrol, diesel, we should use a CNG, because CNG comparison to petrol and diesel, it is going to release very less pollutants. So that CNG will be considered as a good fuel for us. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.